What actually caused that for you? Be like, I gotta go. And then talk to people about what you had to do to get a flight. Because you said you were on the Hunger Games. I think people need to hear that.
Yeah. So what went into the decision was, I don't think it was a hard decision. When it comes to your life, there's no job, there's no property, there's no material things that could keep me in a place where I feel like my life is in danger. And when I say that, it's not to go against the safety and protection that the UAE was providing. For me, it's that 1% chance that I'm not familiar with. I'm not familiar with how things happen in war. I'm not familiar with, missiles potentially or drones coming into my building and exploding and all that. That's something I'm not familiar with. And I know a lot of people said, oh, but it's more dangerous in the US and things like that. I'm used to that's the danger I'm used to. I'll take my chances there. I survived all this time in the US. So I'll take the chances with what I've survived with versus a new danger. And I don't ever want to get used to that. Right. Like the decision I made to live abroad was for better opportunity monetarily, and also safety. That was the thing. Once that's kind of in question of, the what if, and it's constantly sitting on my mind, like I didn't have peace for a week straight. I didn't sleep. I barely ate. So it was like, I can't go on like this. Right. And during that time, I just wanted to be around family and friends. So that was an easy decision.
And record this episode so we could bring it to our audience because they wanted to see Mike. Like, where's he been at, man? Like, but I think going back to what you were saying about how people were like, oh, but the UK is more dangerous or the US is more dangerous. Like you said, I think it's all relative.
Yeah.
Because if a missile hits and you're in close proximity to it, chances are it's like a plane going down.
Yeah.
It's probably not getting out of that situation, right?
There's nothing you could do.
Right? So at least here, like, yes, do drive-by happens, of course. Do stabbings happen, of course, right? But like, you can come out of those things.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm coming out of a missile hitting me 10 feet from me, right? You feel me? Like it's over.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. And plus you can't even compare the two, right? It's not like people have bazookas with them walking. Exactly. You're comparing apples to oranges, right? Like, yes, you know what? Why you don't go to like regionally unstable countries and give people open access to these type of weapons? Things will happen, right? So anyway, I know that people have a lot of opinions about this because now you're talking about people's homes and the things that they've chosen to do.
Yeah.
From my perspective as being your friend, your business partner, and someone I've come to know and love, but like, I was just like, don't even take the chance, right? Exactly. You know what I mean? It's not even worth it. You got the money, get out of there. Like, we'll figure this out. You can work from remote. Like, yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable because you have to do all the overnight shift, but you get to be at peace. You get to be around family, loved ones, people, like, you know what I mean? So like, I don't think there was ever a doubt that you would come back. But it's just when and talk about what you had to do to get on those flights.
When I tell you my bedroom was like a war room, I got a plexiglass in my bedroom where usually I put my daily manifestations or things that I want to do. I erased all of that and I was like, all right, let me stay calm, right? Because honestly, I have family and friends calling me and like reacting, and that's making me nervous as well. So I'm like, I need a plan, right? And this was gonna happen, and I'm getting out no matter what. So like, literally, plan A was like, all right, if I could fly out from either Dubai or Abu Dhabi, that's ideal. And because I was actually checking, shout out to that website, Flight Radar 24. You can see everything that's going on in the air and things like that. And there were actually flights leaving. There were charter flights leaving. There were private jets leaving and all that.
The PJs, baby.
Yeah. But I'm like, oh, okay, they're actually coming up and they're leaving. So if I could get a flight there, that's fine. But then if that fails, my plan C was to go to Oman. So just looking at the numbers statistically, at the time that I left, I think the UAE had received over like 1,300 missiles that were aimed towards the UAE. And then if you look at Oman only had 2. And it wasn't in Muscat, the main area where the airport is. So, and I know people that made that troop by either getting a taxi, getting a bus. Is like, it could go from a 5-hour trip to a 10-hour trip. But they were safe, and then they were able to then fly out to places like Istanbul or any place.
And then from there, you can just get home.
And from there, I'll figure it out. And, you know, I'm blessed to be in a position where it's like, I have the means to like, all right, I'm going to spend, I don't have private jet money to get out, but commercial airlines, I could spend the money to get a ticket to just get out and go anywhere in the world with my passport and then figure my way back home, you know, which I don't take that for granted, and I'm thankful for that. But yeah, that was the plan. And then literally I was booking, I had like 6 tickets booked, like, because it was like playing lotto. Like, you would book a ticket and you would think you were flying out that day, and then the night before you'll get an email saying the flight was canceled. So I just keep getting cancellations.
I remember I hit you with one. I was like, yo, your flight got canceled. Your flight's going to get canceled. You were like, you haven't been hit with that yet.
Yeah.
Remember that? Right? I told you, I was like,
exactly.
yo, the Emirates and ETS said they're not flying out, and it hasn't even got to you.
Yeah.
And then you told me like 6 hours later, yo, they just canceled my flight. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
All right. So you were out here maxing your credit cards out. Just
right now, Etihad and Emirates, I need the refunds back. You know, so I was just maxed out for real. Because tickets, I got the one-way tickets were going for like anywhere from 2,000 was a good deal to like 4,000, 5,000 for a one-way.
USD?
USD.
So you were playing business class money to get out?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yo, these people were price gouging?
One way, and this is one way.
They were price gouging people to get out?
Yeah. I'll just tell you the prices. I'll just tell you that was the prices. So,
so they gave us the wartime. They gave us the wartime special.
Yeah.